Lock it up. The other coach and tell him I need to start line up to get ready to be introduced. Okay. I think they got him under control. They were here just a second. Everything look all right? All we're waiting for is Tony to get the lineups from the other coach, and we'll be ready to do it. This will be a very brief piece. No, well, I don't think it'll be on the television news tonight, but it's going to be on television probably next week, I think.
What time?
Okay, let's do the starting lineup.
Oh, no.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for football from Warhawk Field in Walterboro, South Carolina. Here is May River Patriots against the Cavaliers from Calhoun Academy.
At left guard, a senior, Dane left. I missed that one. At center, number 71, John Pitt. At right tackle, number 52, Dane Bristol. At right tackle now, number 52, Dane Bristol. At third end, number 82, Lance Ott. At quarterback, number 11, Will Chastain. At fullback, number 20, Barry Chastain. At halfback, number 42, Rusty Wanamaker. You need to back up, man. At halfback, number 81, Chris Fitzner. Now the starting lineup for the undefeated May River Patriots. left tackle, number 56, Willie Plummer. At center, number 52, Pierre Boggs. At right guard, number 77, Ike Franklin. At fullback, number 40, Sam Smith. At left guard, number 51, Mike Coleman. At quarterback, number 12, Rob Onoreko. At right tackle, number 72, Hank Davis. At tight end, number 34, Mike Osmith. At quarterback, number 82, William Mahoney. At flanker, number 2, Rick Becker. At number 7, at halfback, Tony McGee.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. The final chapter in what is no doubt a Cinderella story here in Walterboro tonight, as May River's Patriots, the smallest school in the AA League, comes in undefeated to take on the Cavaliers from Calhoun Academy. Chris Warwick, Coach, what are your thoughts tonight?
I think it'll probably be a very tough ball game, just like we had earlier in the year, and it'll probably go to the team that makes the fewest mistakes. We're hoping maybe that we can make fewer mistakes on offense and on the kicking game, be very consistent, and play great defense like we have all year.
How the team as far as physical health is concerned?
We're in about the best physical condition we could be. We've got a couple of injured players that were starters early in the year, but we played without them last week, and we did a pretty good job last week, so we think we're pretty well off as far as injuries this week.
Coach Warwick, good luck. Tony Blanton, the headmaster of May River Academy, with me, and he'll be with me all through the rest of the evening. And, Coach, I'm sure this is probably May River's biggest night.
Oh, this is a great one. We've waited on this one a long time. We've worked really hard to get here, and we're just appreciative of the fan support and the enthusiasm we've been able to build in the community.
We'll be back with starting lineups and the actual kickoff right after this. May River's won the toss, and they'll be receiving. Looking forward to an exceptional game tonight, Tony Blanton. It's going to be an exciting night for football. The temperature is perfect. It's about 60 degrees here in Walterboro. There's very, very little wind, and really no wind. It's going to be perfect all the way around for both the running game. The field is in fine shape. The passing game, obviously, with no wind and very convenient kinds of temperatures. Everything's going to work out just perfectly. How do the Patriots play in situations like this? How's their record been so far?
We've only had one night when the weather was not exceptionally good. It was a mud-type game. The field was not in great shape. We suffered through a first half, but we're primarily a running team, so we should react well in a mud-type situation. The field is...
We call upon you this evening for protection and guidance. Your protection is asked for the young men who represent these two schools, that they may play this game without injury. They travel in safety when it's over. We ask for your guidance, that these men who wear the stripes, that their judgment be good, and that us as fans go along with what they say. We know that you do not ask what the final score is, only how the game was played. We hope that these two institutions will play it according to your rules, and that we as fans will play it according to your rules. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Leslie to play. Come on. Teams are getting their final instructions. Coach Warwick's down there with his charges on the sideline. Much smaller team for May River compared to Calhoun, right, Tony?
Well, Coach Inhabitant from Calhoun pulled out the crying towel and affirms that a starting line on offense will only average about 155, but I think you can take a look at his team overall and figure out very easily that they will average about 185 to 190 across the line on offense and defense.
Really? Good size, boys. Both teams are now on the field. May River, as we mentioned, won the toss, and they will be receiving. Who normally receives back in the end zone?
Tony McGarry, number 7, usually receives in the deep kick formation, and May River's strategy on a deep kick like this simply is to run a wedge. You might see the front line drop back and a wedge form around Tony McGarry, but in the last several games, people have not been kicking to McGarry. I imagine that this kick will go to number 40, Tad Schmidt, on the opposite corner.
And the opening kickoff is just ready to go. The game is underway. As you predicted, Tad Schmidt takes it on his own 20.
Looks pretty good from here.
30, and up to about the 32-yard line. A 12-yard return on the opening kickoff, so May River takes it over on their own 32. Rob Honorado will be the quarterback. Who are some of the offensive linemen that he'll be working behind?
Mike Holman and Billy Toomer will open at guards, both as seniors. Jimmy McLean and Hank Noley will open at tackles, both seniors. Mike Asnick will open at one end, Tad Schmidt at the other. Looked like we could have had some movement on the offensive line on
penalty
that play.
Flag already. And an illegal procedure call against May River's Patriots, so it's going to go back 5 yards. And it'll be 1st and 15 from about the 27-yard line. How are the penalties under normal circumstances, Tony?
Well, last week was an unusual week. We were penalized 95 yards, a little case of eagerness in a playoff game, but usually we'll be penalized 25 to 35 yards per game. But we try to minimize the mental errors like illegal procedure, offsides.
Still first down, Rob Honorado over the center. Hands off to Tony McGarry. Tony picks up about back to the line of scrimmage, maybe one more yard, so it's going to be second down. Or they spot it now at the 29-yard line, so it'll be second down and about 13 to go. Tony McGarry has been an exceptional runner this year, hasn't he?
Well, he's rushed for 1,803 yards and 288 carries. For a freshman back, that's nothing short of phenomenal.
And not to mention the fact that he really isn't all that big. He's 5'5", weighs 125 pounds, and we've got another penalty flag.
I believe this one will go against the defense. I might be surprised.
We'll see how they mark it off.
Yes,
and it absolutely does.
That's encroachment. Looked like it could have been the right defensive tackle.
So May River ends up back exactly where they would have been had they not been penalized themselves earlier in the ball game. Second down, approximately 7 yards to go. Honorado hands off to McGarry once again. He twists and picks up about 4 yards.
That's called an end power, Dave. They basically just block straight ahead and run the fullback, who's Tad Schmidt tonight, through the hole to lead the play.
Third down, about 4 yards to go for May River's Patriots. In the past, Tony, how has the game broken down from an offensive standpoint as far as passing and...
Well, we're averaging throwing 1.5 times a game, and we try to throw when we want to throw and not when the situation dictates it.
Back to McGarry, cuts back, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Well, Dave, that's a great example of Tony McGarry at his best. He's not a fast back. He's just very elusive, has quick feet.
And he runs the daylight. First down, May Rivers Patriots.
Stop was made by number 72 of the Cavs.
Michael Hill, who plays tackle for Calhoun. Once again, Tony McGarry drops the ball. There's a scramble for the ball. Some of the Calhoun players are saying that they have the ball. We'll wait till they untangle. And they're going up and down like they know for sure that they've got it.
No case of nerves, it looks like. It wasn't a clean handoff. Wasn't a clean exchange at all.
Calhoun's got their first chance offense now in this first quarter. And it's going to be 1st and 10 on the May River 34, or rather 39-yard line. Or check that, make that the 44-yard line. Calhoun takes off right into the line.
Jimmy McClain, number 64, and Billy Toomer, 66, make the stop.
Rusty Wanamaker on the run for Calhoun Academy. David about 2 on the carry.
If you look at the size of number 20, you'll notice that he's as big. He's a back, and he's as big as any guy starting on the defense for May River Academy.
Second about 8 for Calhoun. Quarterback Marty Troutman for Calhoun Academy. Look out to number 20, Chastain.
Mike Asnip, 44, senior cornerback, made the stop, but the play was forced by Tad Smith, the defensive end, who came up quick and cut down the interference.
Pick up of about 1 or maybe 2 on the play. We'll see where they mark the ball finally.
Let me guess a little here and say that this would be knowing Coach Nabanin at Calhoun, I would think that if they lose any yardage on a penalty on this play, that they will come out and throw some type of halfback option pass. Both Wanamaker and Chastain can throw the ball in excess of 40 yards.
Oh, we got a big one. 15 yards. Holding against Calhoun.
It makes it about 2nd and 21, it looks like.
Yeah. Quick kick. And
excellent quick kick. Excellent quick kick. It's going to roll into the end zone, I believe. Nope. No, he carried it into the end zone. Momentum of the ball should be. No, he's going to mark it on the 1.
Marking it right on the goal line, it looks like. Chastain with a 49-yard quick kick, or a 51-yard kick, I guess that is. And just a remarkable good play on their part.
Excellent call by Coach Nabanin. Quick kick on 2nd down and long yardage. You see that call made both ways, Dave. That the momentum of the player downing the ball carried it into the end zone. In college ball and pro ball, you'll see that called a touchback.
All right. Honorado on a quarterback keeper, and he picks up about 3 yards on the carry, giving himself a little bit more operating room. It's going to be a tough ball game, but I would assume that the nerves for a state championship game will be pretty well gone within a very short period of time.
Well, I asked Coach Warwick how he thought the players were responding to the pressure, and he said, well, they don't get real excited. They just go out and play ball.
Another handoff to Tony McGarry. Tony snakes his way through up to about the 10-yard line, and so it's going to be very close to a first down. Crowd here, many from Hilton Head Island, Bluffton area, cheering the May River Patriots on. And it is a first down.
That's a big first down. You don't want to, you always think field position. You don't want to have to kick the ball to a team as explosive as Calhoun out of your own end zone.
Another handoff to McGarry once again. Pick up of about 2 on the play, out to about the 12. 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Except a 125-pound back doesn't make that much dust. As you can see, a great crowd here, exceptional crowd, many of whom, as we say, have come the hour and a half drive up to Walterboro from Hilton Head Island. And this McGarry once again stopped about at the line of scrimmage, maybe a pickup of one, depending on where they mark the ball. He's a real workhorse. How many times does he carry the ball in the normal circumstances?
He averages carrying it, Dave, between 32 and 38 times a ball game. And when you carry it that often, you're going to get stopped occasionally at the line of scrimmage. On that particular play, Calhoun, who's working basically out of a 50 defense, slanted to the right, which means they ran to the hole, and Tony cut back to the left and was stopped by the offside tackle.
Another handoff to McGarry, stopped by the whole front line. They seem to be continuing to work on Calhoun's right side.
Coach Walk is very aware of being right-handed or left-handed. A team is right-handed if you run to your own right side very frequently, and we block well on our right side, so we'll probably continue to work that way.
Fourth down, about 4 yards to go. Rob Honorado drops back in punt formation.
He is not the normal kicker. Britt Barker, who's had a beautiful kick.
Gorgeous kick.
Excellent kick. Excellent kick and good coverage.
May River bounce. And it's going to be down on the 29-yard line.
That is a 62-yard kick, Dave, for Rob Honorado. So we expected the punting to be excellent on both teams. The punter for Calhoun a few minutes ago had one that was 52 yards, and that was a 62-yard kick for Honorado. But you expect to see those things in a state championship game.
That's true. That's the reason they got here.
There are no slouches playing in this game.
First and 10. Jay Chastain for Calhoun, taking off around the right side. Pickup of about 5 or 6 yards on the carry.
That's a new formation for Calhoun. Earlier in the year, they've been running basically out of a power I. That was a split backfield with a flanker left or a wide man left. And the idea was to get the back outside quickly and block down on the end. And it looked like it worked for about
6 yards on
about 6 yards.
Second and 4 for Calhoun. Quarterback Jerry Chastain back behind the center. Hand off to number 42, Rusty Wanamaker, the halfback. Pick up another couple on the carry. And it looks like it's going to be third and about 1 or 1.5.
Wanamaker is a freshman who rushed for 600 yards this year and carries about a 5.5 rushing average per carry, and you can see from his strength that that's very logical in his case.
The marker is 36, so it'll be 32.
This is a power I set here.
Another handoff to Chastain, and he rushes past up to about the 40-yard line now. So it's going to be a first down for the Calhoun Cavaliers.
They're working on 72, Hank Nolde on the left side of the Patriots line. T.M. Boggs, 52. Trying to soften up that side. They're running to their right consistently.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line of Calhoun. Off left tackle on that one, and the carry by number 20, Jay Chastain once again. Pickup of about 5 on the carry, so it'll be second down and 5. They seem to be having some success on the ground.
I think they're basically getting off the ball a little quicker than the defense. They're coming off the ball real well with confidence, and we knew they would. They've been a fine football team all year.
They're 8-3 on the year. Of course, May River comes into tonight's game at 11-0. Handoff once again to Wanamaker. Pickup of about 2 yards on the carry, so it's going to be third down and probably a long 3.
That's Jimmy McClain and Billy Toomer making the stop on this side. I think one of the significant things for people who are watching high school football, perhaps they haven't watched any in a while, is that these teams will come off the ball very low in very good position for football. Very good leg drive in that position.
Ball at the 46, 4 yards to go for a first down. Little trouble on the handoff, but the pitch out to Chastain worked, and he's very close to a first down. We'll see how they mark it. It looks like they may call for a measurement. Very, very close. Fourth and about a foot, they say.
I would expect Coach Abbott to go for this one.
We've got about a little less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, a minute 40 as a matter of fact.
The way the center's over the ball, it could be a shift, but I doubt it. Yeah, he's in there for the first down, it looks like.
Right down the middle.
They just...
and once again, it's Chastain on the carry. He's a pretty much of a workhorse for the Cavaliers himself.
Chastain is a senior who's missed 3 games this season with various injuries, but he's been a workhorse when he's been healthy. He's had 500 yards rushing, and this is his 5th year as a starter for Calhoun Academy.
First and 10 for Calhoun at midfield. First half attempt for Calhoun, but it looks like he was knocked out of his hand by number 66, Billy Toomer. And
that really was a very, if he didn't, I didn't see him attempt to throw it, but there wasn't anybody open, and that's the kind of pass that the coach says, if he's open, throw. If he's not, fall on the ball.
Somebody missed Billy Toomer's assignment, and Billy was in just almost as fast as the quarterback got the ball.
They were
second down, 10 yards to go from just inside the 50-yard line.
Draw play
to Chastain right up the middle. Super carry for Jay Chastain. Pickup there of about, he's down to around the 33-yard line, so subtract quickly. You're the teacher.
It was a pickup of about 18 yards. He picked his field very well. In that case, the quarterback hands the ball to the fullback, in this case Chastain, and he's supposed to pick a place to run. A little movement there, but they didn't catch it, and it looks like a broken play.
Right, maybe back at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of about a half yard. Quarterback number 11, Jerry Chastain, on the carry.
That was Billy Toomer, who's really playing out of position. Billy Toomer normally plays middle guard, and with the injury of Jeff Press, sophomore linebacker and a 2-year starter, Billy's moved in to take that right linebacker position, and he scraped off the end and made that tackle on the broken play.
Loss of about a yard on the play, so second and 11 for Calhoun. That's the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers of Calhoun. Number 11, Jerry Chastain, quarterback, 5'8", 175-pound senior from Calhoun. Dropping back, another
same play. And it worked again.
Looks like it's going for another first down. Looks like it's down, or it's very close to a first down at any rate. We'll see how they move the chains.
If you set it up on a drawing board as a coach, that's the way you want it to work. You want the linebackers to be reading pass very quickly and dropping to their zone assignments, and that's exactly what happens. And they're too far from the ball to come back up and make the play.
First and 10 for Calhoun at the May River 21-yard line.
This is the type of drive that Calhoun has established themselves with in football and independent schools.
We've got another broken play here, and nobody gets out of the backfield. Exceptional play from May River.
Jimmy McClain moving in very quickly to make the tackle, along with Tad Smith and Hank Nolde from the opposite side of the line. Hank Nolde, Dave, is just a guy, number 72, who just likes to play football, and he'll go to any length to get in on a tackle.
Loss of about 2 yards on the play. So from the 24-yard line now is second down and 12.
We'll shift into a pro set backfield. It's an unbalanced right.
Somebody loses some pads, but somebody else looks like they've lost some yardage. Jay Chastain on the handoff again. And this time maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but not quite, so it's going to be third down and about 13 yards to go. Maybe we have a defense beginning to toughen up.
They ran an unbalanced line at that time, which is a new wrinkle. Dave, I'm expecting a throw on this play. They got a slot back out now.
You hear May Rivers fans.
He's the receiver. He's the receiver.
Chastain runs outside.
Play is made by Billy Toomer. Quick feet.
Toomer's playing an exceptional game.
Billy has very quick feet and a tremendous amount of desire. And one step, and Chastain would have been an open field. He's a talented young man, the quarterback for Calhoun. He moves the ball extremely well. He's only a sophomore, and he's going to give a lot of people a lot of problems.
Got a field goal attempt from Calhoun Academy. It looks like it's going to be short and off to the left. And so May River's going to have a chance to get the ball back their own 20-yard line and not have given up any scores. But they've been having to play mostly defense so far. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half as the Patriots take over once again.
Coach Warwick doesn't smile when he says it, but he calls this his rubber band defensive game plan, where we bend and bend up and down the field and don't give any points. I think you'll see them bend a good bit, but they've only allowed 55 points in 11 games.
Rob Arnold sent behind the center. Handoff once again to Tony McGeary. And a pickup of about 2-3 yards. It's difficult to see from this vantage point. We're up in the press box up above the fan. And quite frankly, there's a post right in the way.
May River's had the ball on 13 offensive plays so far, and McGarry has carried on 13 plays.
Second and long 7 now. Number 52, T.M. Boggs, the center. Honorado back behind him. And another handoff to Tony McGarry. Pickup of another couple, maybe 3 yards. And so it's going to be second down and about 5 yards, maybe 4 yards. Or third down, rather. It's amazing that somebody his size doesn't just get tired.
Well, I'm sure he does, but he thrives on it. You can watch him around the school, and when he starts to get excited about football, his feet start to move, and you can see him gaining the second wind, and he plays defense also, Dave, and so he's on the field for the entire ball game, every ball game.
Third and about 5 for May River. End around number 44 with the ball.
That's Mike Asnip. That's a play that's been successful for May River in the past several weeks. And, of course, Calhoun's had plenty of opportunity to scout and get ready. And their defensive left end stayed home and made a fine play. You would like to think that you can take advantage of a good defensive team like Calhoun and have them moving with the flow of the ball, but in this particular case, it didn't work.
4th and 5, Rob Honorado dropping back into punt formation once again. Rob really hit one in the first quarter. See if he can do the same thing again.
Got to give some credit to Coach Dave Adams for this punting game.
Another good kick. Another takes a May River bounce heading towards the sidelines around the 36 or 37-yard line. And the ball is down there by Billy Toomer, who's all over the field tonight.
So his second punt goes for 36 yards, which is going to give him in the neighborhood of a 45-yard average for 2 punts.
What kind of defensive adjustments can May River make, considering the fact that the boys are playing both offense and defense and don't have a chance to come back and forth off the field?
Well, May River basically will run one defense all night long. They run what is basically a 54, 5 down linemen and 4 linebackers, and they do not stunt, will not send the linebacker across the line of scrimmage before the snap, and you won't see any adjustments.
Hand off to number 26, Marty Banks, 5'6" senior, 125-pounder from Calhoun.
That's his first carry.
Yeah, that's the first one for him today. Pick up of about 3 yards, so it'll be second down and 7 for Calhoun from their own 40-yard line.
Coach Evans says that Banks has the quickest speed on the team. And he looked to me like he could be an outstanding back.
Pitch out to Jay Chastain once again. Pick up of about 2 yards on the play for A little bit more than that. No, I was looking at the wrong one. So he picks up about 5 on the play, and so it's going to be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go.
That's
Barry
Chastain, the heavy one. Barry's been the workhorse for Calhoun tonight, and Calhoun counts on him like May River counts on McGarry. He's their bread and butter. Oh, that's an outstanding hit. Outstanding hit on the opposite side by Jimmy McLean, Billy Toomer, and Mike Holman, number 51, who's a senior and a real stickler. You can see T.M. Boggs, 52, looking this way. Coach Adams will call the defensive signals. T.M. is a sophomore. He's been calling the defenses for 2 years on the field. Has an outstanding football mind and pretty well sizes up the situation immediately.
Calhoun 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. The I formation, handoff to the second man through, number 42, and that's Rusty Wanamaker once again.
That's the same basic power play, Dave, that we run. They lead the fullback in the power right through the hole, and Wanamaker runs to daylight.
There's Bob Honorado down there. Bob, of course, the father of quarterback Rob Honorado for May River, and Bob, the chairman of the board for May River.
He also is an unbelievable football fan, Dave.
He helps a lot with the team. He tapes up the boys and everything else.
He donates a lot of his time.
Yes, he does.
That's a strange-looking play. I'm sure it didn't mark the way they designed it. It looked like
somebody didn't get off the mark too quickly.
It looked like it was supposed to be a short reverse to the offside flanker, and he never got there.
3rd down and a long 7 yards to go for Calhoun Academy.
This is one of those crucial plays that you look at in the game, Dave. It doesn't look like it from the 50-yard line, but a conversion here for Calhoun with the time left on the clock would be important.
Just a little over 4 minutes left in the first half. 3rd down, another pitch back. This to number 26, Marty Banks once again. His 2nd carry on the evening, but still not enough for the first down. And it's going to be 4th and about 2 yards to go. So it looks like May River is going to get the ball back again, but probably not in the best field position because, well, they're being kicked at from their own 45.
I would expect anything.
Got a timeout called. Timeout on the field called by Calhoun Academy. They've got signals to uncross or whatever. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the first half. And May River's T.M. Boggs was talking with Chris Warwick and trying to get the defensive signals all straight. May River's cheerleaders there. Very enthusiastic crowd up here from Hilton Head Island, Bluffton area. Almost a full house, I would expect. There have been buses, car caravans, and so on. They've been on the road from Walterboro all the way back home for the past several hours.
Well, it's unbelievable how a community will come to the front and support your program when they think you're doing things right. And the support for programs in the Hilton Head area, as you well know, Dave, is great. And we're very appreciative of the people who have supported our program. A lot of them are here tonight, and we're trying to give them a good football game.
4th down, 2 yards to go. It looks like they're going for it.
Should be a quarterback sneak. Oh, they're going to get it for free.
T.M. Boggs hits the center, and I'm afraid it's going to be an encroachment penalty against May River, unless they can determine that they were drawn off. Nope, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So it's going to be a penalty against May River. That 5 yards is good enough for the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of May River for the Calhoun Cavaliers.
That's 2 mental errors. It's only 5 yards, but in this case, it gives Calhoun the ball on the 40-yard line. It could be a crucial play.
1st and 10 for Calhoun. Pitch back to number 26. Great stop there by number 40, Chad Schmidt.
That was an excellent stop.
He ran down 5 yards on the play. His knee hit the ground,
But did you see that outstanding balance? Just tremendous balance on the part of Chastain.
Second down, about 15 yards to go.
That's excellent pursuit, and you can expect to see Coach Inabinant come back with some type of delay play with that excellent pursuit away from the motion.
Back in the I formation, another draw play, and a penalty flag.
That one was
in the area where they might call holding. We'll have to wait and see.
The only other call I can imagine in that area would be a face mask, and he was running awful low to the ground.
And it's holding. It's going to be against Calhoun Cavaliers.
Oh, that's the kind of call that'll make Coach Inabinant pull his hair out. You just don't want to have those calls when you're moving the football.
And May River turns the penalty down, so they're going to leave it at the down, third down, and about 15 to go. We'll see how Calhoun handles this. A little more than 3 minutes left in the half.
I'm not sure I understand that call, but I'm sure Coach Warwick has a very logical explanation.
Back in the power I. Chastain back to pass.
There it is.
Pass goes going to number 82, who is Lance Ott, 5'10", 150-pound, 11th grader for Calhoun. Pass thrown short, so it's going to be fourth down and 15 now. And the likelihood, of course, that Calhoun will punt. A little less now than 3 minutes left in the half, 2 minutes and 54 seconds.
The deep return man from May River is Rob Honorado and Tony McGarry. Tony McGarry should get the ball if they punt it that direction. There's a return on. It should be to this
That's
side.
McGarry.
He lets it bounce and goes out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds on the 1 yard line. What a break for Calhoun.
Excellent kick. That's another 40-yard kick.
That's the second time that May River has had to start from their own 1 yard line.
When you're a freshman back there receiving kicks and one comes at you like that, that's when you want to call a timeout and ask the coach what to do. You don't know where to catch it or let it bounce. In that case, we let it bounce and it bounced out of bounds.
Still no score. Nearing the end of the first half of play here in Walterboro at Warhawk Field. This is a neutral field, right, Tony?
Yes, state championship games and Independent School Association are played at neutral sites so as not to give a team an unfair advantage.
Rob Honorado once again on the quarterback keeper. Pick up of about 2 yards on the play. Give himself a little bit extra room. And so it's going to be second and a long 8.
Dave, I don't believe you're going to see anything fancy here. You're going to see things that require minimum ball handling on the part of the Patriots.
Nobody wants to take any chance with this little time left in the first half.
They need a first down, though, Dave. If they don't pick up enough yardage for a first down, they're going to have to kick the ball.
Honorado again on the quarterback keeper, it looks like. But a good pickup on that one of about 5 yards and 4 yards or so. So it's third down and about 5 yards to go. May River deep in their own territory with just under 2 minutes remaining. What do you look for here, Tony?
This is a Warwick strategy. It'll be a punt on third down, and this is just simply to eliminate the possibility of error. Not a good punt. The ball didn't turn over for him, and it takes a Calhoun bounce. They're going to get Calhoun to get the ball
on by Mike Holman there.
May River 33. I'm sure that's not the way we wanted it.
They're going to mark it at about the 36-yard line.
I would expect here, Dave, to see Calhoun throw the ball 4 times.
Do they have much of a passing attack?
Yes, they do. Chastain, who's the quarterback, throws well himself, but both Wanamaker and Chastain, who play the running backs in this formation, are also good throwers, and the last time we played them, both threw the ball against us. 42 is a thrower.
All right, once again, back to pass. Chastain once again. Great defensive play by number 8, Britt Barker.
A little heartache there for a second. It looked like it was going to bounce off his hands and the receiver was still going to get it. That's a spot pass, Dave. They throw that ball to a spot and the receiver is supposed to be there. At this point, you'll probably see the May River linebackers loosen up just a little, and you might read the draw here.
Minute and 12 left in the first half. Calhoun second down and 10. Chastain back to pass once again. Pass complete to number 25, Hank Tyndall, halfback, 5'6", 135-pound senior from Calhoun. A pickup of about 4 yards on the play, so it's going to be third down and 6 yards to go. Just under a minute to go, and it's Calhoun's ball, third down and 10, or third down rather, and 6 yards to go. And it looks like they're going to be content to run the clock out.
There was simply one receiver on that play, and that was Tyndall, and he looked for him until he found him. Very little ball handling.
Chastain back to the draw play. Goes to Barry Chastain. Pick up a couple on that play, and it's going to be fourth down once again for Calhoun. Fourth down and 4 yards to go.
I wouldn't expect to see him punt the ball here. They've got one play left, and if this game follows suit with some that I've seen in the pros and the colleges this year, they'll throw something that'll come down in the end zone with hopes that it'll wind up in a blue shirt hands.
And that's it. That's the timeout for Calhoun. They've called it with 5 seconds left to go. Not really sure why.
I don't understand that one, Dave. If he had the timeout left, he might have saved it. It looks to me like he's going to attempt a field goal, but when this play ended, when the last play ended, there were 21 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure that I understand why he waited so long to call the timeout. This could be a fake field goal. That's an awful long field goal for a high school athlete. That will be a 40-yard field goal.
I would look out for it'd be a 46-yard field goal, and that'd be an exceptional kick. And he really booted one, and it's just short. Just short. But he really hit it.
He hit it well. And it was straight. It wasn't true.
So May River gets to take the ball over on their own 20-yard line. I would assume with 3 seconds left on the clock before the end of the half, we'll see something that won't involve any kind of danger.
We'll see a quarterback sneak on the part of Honorado, I imagine. You'll notice you can't see the Calhoun secondary, but they're 25 yards from the ball.
And that's going to about do it. Rob Honorado keeps the ball to end the first half with a score. May River nothing, Calhoun nothing. Tony, do you have any observations about how the first half went?
Well, I think that both coaches will go in and say that they think their teams are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So far, there haven't been any critical mistakes in the game, and when you have two quality football teams like these are, mistakes and the capitalization on those mistakes will win the game. So I don't think a lot of adjustments will be made, but simply an urging for a little more energy and enthusiasm in the second half.
Second half coming up.
Really?
No, we lost. Right there. Hi there! We are now national TV! Hi everyone! See my muscle? Hello there! Come and show your muscle! What word? What is that? Me, what? I'll just throw out those footballs. I'm going in 1 second. Look at Kevin, like he's some kind of big fool. The pyramid! You did that. I love that pyramid. I'm coming over there.
Big man. How you doing, buddy?
Come on,
My dog's pretty than them. Hold it, the flip course where we're playing.
Just about ready for the start of the second half. Calhoun will receive for the second half. Hank Nolde from May River coming off the field right now. And the Patriots all gathered around Coach Chris Warwick over here on the home field sideline. Tony Blanton, how do the statistics stack up for the first half?
Well, Calhoun has a statistical edge. They control the ball considerably more than May River did. They've amassed 67 yards rushing and 4 yards passing on 3 attempts and 1 completion. Barry Chastain was the leading rusher with 13 carries for 54 yards. Wanamaker added 5. Tony McGarry rushed 9 times for 27 yards, which is considerably below his average of about 140 a game. So,
well, we can expect to see a whole lot more of Tony McGarry in the second half, no doubt.
I think the law.
How do they defend a player like this who's gained 1,800 yards in the course of 11 games?
Well, they'll line up in a 50 defense, which has a man on the center, 2 linebackers, and then they will have an extra linebacker who will run to Tony McGarry every time the ball is snapped. And that's what Calhoun's been doing. That's what most teams have done against McGarry, and that means that he's always going to have somebody who is assigned to cover Tony McGarry.
Calhoun had the ball a considerable amount of time compared to May River in the first half. You think that there will have been some offensive adjustments and defensive adjustments that Coach Warwick will have made?
I think that probably what he did is Coach Warwick probably went in and told his offensive line that they were just going to have to do a much better job. We haven't blocked the linebackers. McGarry is a good ball player on a one-on-one situation. I'm certain that they're going to try to spring him in the second half.
Okay, kickoff of the second half. Billy Toomer getting ready to boot it. But down to about the 15-yard line, number 26 takes it for the Calhoun Cavaliers, Marty Banks. Marty, of course, the halfback, carried several times during the first half and returns it up to about the 35-yard line. So Calhoun takes over for the first offensive possession here in the second half.
This is an important possession for Calhoun and May River. The defense, of course, comes out with the idea of stopping the first offensive set, and the offense comes out with the idea of driving the ball the length of the field.
Barry Chastain still at quarterback for Calhoun. 1st and 10, and the handoff to number 20. Once again, Barry Chastain, loss of about 2 yards on the play.
The tackle was made by Hank Nolde, who is a junior and who was an all-conference selection last year, and we're fully expecting to be an all-conference selection again this year. Hank is about 6'1", weighs about 165 pounds.
2nd 12 for Calhoun. Still no score in the ball game. No one has really had a threat. May River has been buried deep in their own territory. Oh! Mike Franklin offside there, encroachment. So
That's
looks like Calhoun's going to get 5 yards. Well, they're anxious, and I suspect they're even more anxious considering the fact that there's no score.
Well, Mike has come through and done a fine job this year at middle guard. This is the first year he's played football at May River Academy, and has done a real fine job, and you can imagine the pressure at this point in the game.
Second and 7 for Calhoun from their own 37-yard line. Handoff there to Wanamaker. No real gain. Once again, May River stacks him up the line of scrimmage.
Tackle was made by Jimmy McLean, who was also in his first year of football at May River. Jimmy came to May River from Bishop England High School in Charleston.
Third down, about 7 yards to go for the Cavaliers from Calhoun.
I expect to see something to the wide side of the field this time, Dave, to Calhoun's right.
And we've got an illegal procedure. Number 82, Lance Ott, in the end, has jumped offside. So that'll back on 5 more. And it'll be third and about 12 yards to go. You still anticipate that same kind of call?
I think they will go with something wide. They want to give Chastain or Wanamaker a little bit longer time to look at the blocks. And I would expect to see either a punt or I would expect to see something with a pitch.
Chastain
No
back in
guarantee.
punt formation, but who can tell? He's hitting it, and he boots another beauty. Stops dead on the 20-yard line, so the Patriots will be taking over there for their first possession in the second half.
That's about a 40-yard kick, Dave. 47-yard kick. The obvious advantage of kicking on second or third down is that the defensive team is not set for the kick, and in this case you can see the edge it gives you.
All right, well, hands off to McGarry once again. Pickup of about 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 8 to go. McGarry's still way under his average as far as yards gained per carry. An exceptional runner, and especially for somebody who's only his size. 125 pounds, 5 feet 5. A freshman at May River. Colorado set over the center. Back to pass, the first pass attempt of the evening. Down the field, number 4. Mike Ashton at the end. And the pickup of, fantastic. I can't have that thing.
It's about 41 yards, Dave. That's another spot pass. They ran the wide receiver across the face of the near side defensive halfback and took him in his own coverage and then ran the end on the sidelines and threw to a spot. It was a perfect pass.
Brent Barker split out wide to the right. Honorado handing off again to McGarry. McGarry cuts through over his right guard.
That's a late hit. I think he'll get a late hit on that one.
Looks like it. Pick up about 5 yards on the carry. And they're about to walk it off. Takes through for about 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7 yards to go. This is the best penetration that the Patriots have had by far.
Well, it's a good time to move the ball. I think you'll see some defensive adjustments at this time because you can't do the same things on defense that you do when the other team has the ball on their end of the field. I think they'll have to stay home and not run a crashing defense into the backfield.
Power I formation once again, and the handoff there looks like a broken play.
He bobbled the ball, but I believe he picked it up. It took a little dribble there, and May River was fortunate. The ball bounced right back up to him.
Well, now they're 1 out of 2. 2 fumbles. They've recovered one of their own. And, of course, earlier in the first quarter, Tony McGarry fumbled deep in May River territory. Calhoun Academy had a chance to get the ball and did not take advantage of it. And as a result, of course, no score. Bob Honorado coming over to talk to Coach Chris Warlock. And as you can see, there's time out on the field. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
At this point, Dave, he's instructing Rob Honorado on nothing new. They're not putting together any plays out there. He's just simply reminding him of the things you have to do to put the ball in the end zone. And I'm certain that he wants to avoid any ball handling errors or any miscounts.
great crowd here, as you can see. If you'll notice in the middle of your screen, there are some green jerseys with numbers on them. A number of the Hilton Head Gators have come up to watch the May River Patriots play. And a matter of fact, a number of the Patriots are former Gators themselves. The Gators football program has really provided some exceptional players both from May River and from McCracken.
I believe 9 of the players starting on offense or defense tonight are former Gator players.
Big Barker split out wide left, power I formation, the pitch out, back to Tony McGarry. Tony shifts direction, comes around to the right side, stopped by number 26, Marty Banks, who plays, of course, halfback on defense. And there's going to be a loss on the play. It's 4th down and 11 yards to go.
I would expect to see a field goal attempt here. Mike Asniff, senior Mike Asniff, can kick it that far. I think they're trying to get it off before we get the penalty for delay of game. Let's see if he's going to kick it. Having difficulty locating the tee. What you got to have right here, Dave, is an excellent snap, no miscounts, and we got a too much time right there.
You think it might have been wiser to call a timeout under those circumstances?
Well, you never can tell. You always think you're going to get it off, and 5 yards more is going to make the difference in the kick. I believe he's decided to punt.
4th down and 16, May River from the Calhoun 27-yard line. And Rob Honorado shifts back into punt formation. No doubt he's going for the coffin corner.
Of course, Calhoun's coming for the block. It might get there.
And it's going to be a touchback. Ball into the end zone, so Calhoun has a chance to take over at their own 20-yard line. And, of course, there's still no score in the ball game. Do you think that's frustrating for everybody?
I think the players just feel the tension building because both teams know that they can move the football and both teams know that they can score.
What happens in the event of a tie ball game here at the end, Tony?
There'll be an overtime period in which both teams are given the ball with an opportunity to score, and the team that scores wins.
1st and 10, Calhoun from their own 20-yard line. The handoff from Chastain to Chastain. Gary Chastain to Barry Chastain. Pickup of about 2 yards on the play. So it's going to be 2nd down, 8 yards from the Calhoun 20-yard line.
Stop was made in the middle there by T.M. Boggs and Mike Franklin. This is the point in the game when you start looking at the clock and wondering why you're in the business.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Chastain back, but May River grabs him quickly. Lost 2 yards on the play, back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Dave, I couldn't tell who that was, but they were there about the time the handoff was made. Somebody must have missed the block. That's the kind of defense you want.
Third down 10, Chastain over the center. Power I formation. Hand off to the second man through, Barry Chastain. Pickup of about 4 yards and 5 yards on the carry. So it's going to be 4th down and about 5 or 6 yards to go for Calhoun. No doubt another punting situation, especially deep in their own territory.
Stop over there is made by Hank Nolde. And at this point in the game, Hank begins to get a little excited.
4 players dropping back from May River. Punting Barry Chastain, of course, the workhorse for the May River, or rather for the Calhoun team.
Here it comes.
It goes to Rob Honorado, and here's the return. Tony McGarry. Tony, a few stunts here and there, flags all over the field. Tony's finally knocked out of bounds at the Calhoun 49-yard line, but penalty flags are everywhere, so no doubt things are going to be called back. Looks like a clip.
Undoubtedly, Dave, and that's going to drive it back to about the 24-yard line, so what looked like a good opportunity for field position goes for naught. You can see the return set up on this side, but it's crucial to get the angle on that first block above the waist, and it didn't quite make it.
Coach Warwick shaking his head on the sidelines.
Of course, Calhoun is well coached on this return. They've seen it an awful lot this year, and they know exactly how to pursue it. And they got to the wall before McGarry did.
And they mark it off back to around the 24-yard line. So the kicking game is really working for Calhoun tonight. 4 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 now for the May River Patriots. Dale Mahoney split wide to the right, and Britt Barker wide to the left. Hand off into the middle, and a pickup of about 2 yards up to the 25. Tony McGarry once again on the carry.
The linebacker on the left-hand side of the Calhoun defense is Barry Chastain, and he is an exceptional athlete, and you'll notice him making an awful lot of tackles.
He's a big boy, 5'10", 182 pounds. Honorado over the ball. The handoff to the first man through there. Fumbled. Kicked off in midair by number 26, Marty Banks. And Calhoun, it seems, is ready to draw first blood.
That's the kind of break in the game that you have to expect. It was a very good hit on McGarry. The ball bounced straight up in the air, and
it's going to be 1st and goal for Calhoun.
I believe that was Banks that came down with the ball. It looks like it's going to be on about the 1 or 2 yard line. That's the kind of thing that you can't coach, Dave. You have to be in the right place at the right time.
Banks picked the ball off in midair and just ran with it. Looked like he was going in for the touchdown, but was stopped just short. So it's 1st and goal from the 3. Hand off to Barry Chastain, pickup of maybe 1 yard on the play.
In this situation, in most high school defenses, you'll find the defensive linemen and linebackers slanting into gaps to fill every gap.
Got an injured player on the field. It looks like quarterback, number 11, Jerry Chastain. He was hit right about the ankles just after the handoff was made. Coaches and trainers working over him. He'd be a big loss. Crowd all of a sudden very quiet. They're helping him up, helping him off the field. It's not Chastain. It's number 12, Marty Troplin. They're carrying him off the field, as you can see. Hit right at the ankle. Well, no doubt we hope that everything's going to be all right for him. The crowd gives him a big hand as he's carried off the field. They don't want to take any chances putting too much weight on that leg and that ankle.
Little personal story there where the coach carried him off over his shoulder. Jerry Chastain's back in at quarterback, Dave.
2nd down, a 1. And it's touchdown for Calhoun. Number 20, Barry Chastain, the workhorse for Calhoun Academy, takes it over from about 1 yard out.
That's the kind of break you have to win a ball game, Dave. And in a game when both teams are as tough as these two, you win on breaks.
With 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Calhoun draws first blood. Number 52, Van Bressett, goes back to the attempt, but that kickoff, rather the extra point attempt is blocked. So the score remains Calhoun 6, May River nothing, and Calhoun, of course, getting back to kick off to the Patriots.
Well, it's nothing dramatic in terms of offense or defense except the break. And now the burden rests on May River to push the ball down the field.
Will there be any adjustments now that the score has changed?
You might see May River throw the ball on 2nd down a little more often, but they've got to control the ball. They've been in Calhoun territory 1 time tonight and haven't been successful in getting the ball in the end zone, and there just haven't been any breaks to this point that you could speak of for May River. I expect to see them coming off the ball a little bit quicker now. Their backs are against the wall.
Calhoun, of course, is by far the leader statistically from an offensive standpoint. They've had the ball the lion's share of the time. May River has only had one sustained drive, but that ended, unfortunately, with having to punt from the 27. And Calhoun getting ready to kick off to the Patriots. Short kick.
They kicked it exactly where they wanted to kick it, Dave. Believe it or not, it's not just a bad kick. People coach those things. They find gaps where they want to kick the ball so that it takes the offense longer to field it, gives the defense a longer time to get down and handle the pursuit.
The ball was handled by Tad Schmidt. Tad had a little problem getting hold of it. But May River retains possession. Their own 25-yard line. They'll take over first and 10. Just about the 26-yard line, they mark the ball.
Boy, you know the defense is fired up now. They're ready to play.
Split out wide to the right. Hand off to Tony McGarry once again. He snakes through over the right side. Pickup of about 5 yards. Moves it just outside the 30-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. Good pickup for Tony McGarry. Tony, of course, working hard this game, as in every game that May River has played. May River, of course, 11-0 on the season. Calhoun 8-3. One of those defeats was a strange one. Something like 80-0 they lost, but there was some controversy about that. We'll talk about that after the play. Once again, Tony McGarry snakes through maybe for about 1 yard over the right-hand side, and so it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
Big 3rd down play.
What was that situation, Tony, with that very lopsided loss that Calhoun took?
Calhoun played Hudgens Academy of Lynchburg, and they had quite a few starters who did not play in the ball game, and unfortunately, when the score got out of hand in favor of Hudgens, no adjustments were made to hold the score down, and it was a little embarrassing for both schools.
Honorado on the reverse once again to Asnip. Asnip going around the left-hand side, cuts out wide, and picks up the first down for May River.
Clutch play. It looked like he had one man to beat for a sizable gain.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 down for the Patriots. That's the second time they've tried that, this time with some more success than the first time around.
Well, the defensive end was there, Dave. He just didn't make the cut quick enough, and Asnip beat him to the corner.
Once again, Britt Barker split out wide to the right. Honorado hands off again to Tony McGarry. Tony snakes through again for about 2 yards. It's amazing how he can find some daylight.
He just
in the middle of all that line.
He just keeps his feet moving and tries to find a hole in all that beef, and when you least expect it, he breaks one for you.
They were the coaching staff on the sidelines. 2nd down and about 8 yards to go.
Well, May River's been behind before this year, Dave. Not this late in the ball game usually.
Only 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. This might be the last play of the quarter, maybe one more. Honorado back to pass. A long pass to Asnip. And we've got an interference call.
Dave, that might be offensive interference.
Entirely possible.
It looked like the offensive player might have come over the top. Could be the call.
We'll have to wait and see.
Both players have a right to the ball.
Coach is talking it over. And Rob Honorado complaining to the officials, and obviously from the call, is going to go against the Patriots. Mike Asnip ran into the defender while he was going for the pass, but they're being called for it. Coach Chris Warwick absolutely livid about the call, complaining that Asnip was going for the ball. But it doesn't matter. The officials have already made their decision. So the ball going way back. And we've got 3rd down again and about 22.
And that's a hard play to cover. The Calhoun defensive back wasn't fooled the second time they ran it. It was complete the first time, but he stuck right with him that time.
Britt Barker wide to the right. Cale Mahoney wide to the left. Honorado over the center. Takes a handoff, goes to Britt Barker, just over his hands. And a little bit of a late hit, it looked like, from number 81, Chris Spigner for the Cavaliers. But nonetheless incomplete. It's going to be a 4th down and 22 for May River. They're going to have to kick it away with 22 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, when it's this late in the game and you got to turn the ball over, it's like pulling teeth, Dave. You just don't want to turn it over.
Calhoun leading 6-0. Honorado dropping back in punt formation. Oh, he shanked one. It's off to the right-hand side. It takes a May River bounce, but still it's not going to help that much. And the ball finally down here at the home field sideline by number 44, Mike Asnip. At the 48-yard line, Calhoun's going to take over once again with good field position.
It looks like we might have a flag on the play, though. It was a 27-yard kick. The officials are still discussing the play. It's against, the Calhoun players are signaling that it's against May River.
Officials still talking it over with number 52, Bam Gressett.
They'd be hard-pressed to gain better field position by having them kick again. He hit a 27-yard punt. I believe I might be inclined to take it where it stops.
Still doesn't look like any decision yet. Gressett trying to make up his mind as to how he wants to play.
It must be a 15-yard penalty, Dave, because it could be a holding call, because they're debating it rather.
Got a personal foul, declined, and so they're going to take it exactly where they've got it, at their own 48-yard line.
Big defensive set for May River here. Calhoun has not consistently moved the ball. They put it in the end zone on a defensive play, basically. I'm sure the offense would like to move it down the field.
Chastain over the center once again. 1st and 10 for Calhoun. Pitch back to number 20, Barry Chastain, the last man through.
Stop is made by Honorado and Schmidt.
Pickup of hardly anything. Just about back to the line of scrimmages where they've marked the ball. And we've got the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Calhoun Cavaliers 6, May River nothing. Players change ends of the field. They don't have very far to change this time since the ball was almost at midfield to start with. One end of the field or the other doesn't seem to make too much of a difference tonight because there's very little wind. The weather is just perfect for football.
As a matter of fact, Dave, I don't believe there's a breath stirring anywhere, so
it's really almost a little muggy.
I don't believe you'll see Calhoun put the ball in the air for the balance of the game if May River doesn't move the ball, so I can expect to see a controlled ground game here, and they're going to try to minimize mistakes.
And just a straight-ahead power play. Barry Chastain picks up about almost 10 yards. It's going to be just short of the 1st down where they mark it. So it'll be, 3rd down now. And, maybe a long yard, maybe 2 yards.
They run that play effectively by blocking down on the center and leading the lead back through the hole at the linebacker. And that time they caught him standing up and just blew him right out of the hole.
3rd down, power I formation once again. And again, right straight through the middle of the line.
I don't believe he got it, Dave.
It looks awfully close.
Really depends upon where he marked the motion of the ball, the position of the ball.
Barry Chastain once again on the carry. It's going to be very close to the 1st down. We'll see what the officials rule.
No doubt they'd go for it anyway, Dave.
About a foot to go, they say, so it's going to be a 4th down, and, actually, inches.
No advantage
if
here.
That.
Pretty hard from where we're sitting to tell. We can guess.
That's exactly what it is, 4th down and inches. Calhoun will no doubt go for it. They are in May River territory at about the 41-yard line.
Just a line surge here, Dave, would get you the first down if you come off the ball. And of course, you don't want a mistake. You don't want any type of penalty. Most coaches at this point will go on a long count, try to get an encroachment call on the defense.
Number 71, John Forth, over the center. Chastain, of course, continuing to quarterback. And it's a quarterback keeper, and he goes right through, picks up the first down. It's going to be first and 10 at the 40-yard line for Calhoun. They keep possession of the ball with just over 10 minutes to play in the game. And a 6-point lead. May River's going to need a break.
At this point, field position is the name of the game. May River's had the ball once in scoring position and hasn't been able to put it in the end zone. And Calhoun has had it twice in field goal position, attempted twice, missed both times, and then picked up a score on a defensive gem.
High formation for the Cavaliers once again. Hand off the second man through. Number 42, Rusty Wanamaker. Good stop for May River, though, right at the line of scrimmage, or actually a little bit back. So it's going to be second and about 11 yards to go.
Jimmy McClain and Mike Asniff combining to make that tackle. McClain made the first hit, actually in the backfield.
May River fans trying to urge their defense on. You can hear the stands rattling. Once again, an I formation. Chastain hands off to the first man through. Barry Chastain picked up of maybe a yard. That's about all.
Well, Dave, I've got to believe we're going to see a pass or a draw at this point. It looks like a great opportunity to call that draw on the straight drop back, and I'm sure that Coach Wark is also expecting something of that nature.
Third down, about 9.5 for Calhoun. Play coming in from the sidelines.
Coaches have plays designed for third in any type of situation. I'm sure that's the play that Coach Nabinet just sent in. Something designed to get you third and 10.
Another power I formation for the Cavaliers. The handoff to the second man through, Rusty Wanamaker, but it's going to be short. He's still going to have about 5 yards to go for a first down. So Calhoun's going to be kicking it away. And May River once again will be back deep in their own territory.
Dave, I wouldn't kick it at this point. I believe my offense is running well, and I believe I just run the ball in there, and there's very little advantage kicking it from the 35-yard line. If you move it in the end zone, you've only gained 15 yards.
Well, we'll see how Coach Nabinet reads the situation. Looks like he's going with exactly your situation. Another power I. Chastain splits out. We've got a timeout called.
That was Dave, that was a deliberate long count situation, trying for the encroachment call to make it a little better, and they delayed the game, and actually they're in a better position to kick the ball now. A 40-yard kick would put it on the goal line. That's good football. Of course, May River's hoping for either a block or a run back in this situation, but the way that
they're setting up for a run back. You've got 4 of the Patriots going back to receive the punt. Chastain's been hitting them good. Kickoff goes to Tony McGarry, and he runs far along his right-hand side.
His ball on this side, Dave.
Tony McGarry running all the way down the sideline. He brings the ball back over to the 32-yard line. An exceptional run back.
Well, we got it. They got May River out of the hole. Coach Adams is down there complaining about a late hit, but the official is not hearing any of it.
There was a great block down near the goal line. Bam Gressick got absolutely creamed. First and 10 from the 33.
Well, Dave, the old cliche goes, the pressure's on. Nobody can win it for you. You got to go do it yourself. When you have a ball control offense, this is not the situation you want to find yourself in, because it's
handoff once again to Tony McGarry. Tony bursts through on the right-hand side. Pickup of about 5 yards or 6 yards on the play. May River is moving the ball on the ground. It's just they have not been able to put together several plays all in succession.
Dave, they haven't found a key to breaking McGarry loose at any point in the ball game. And I'm sure
about 5 yards to go.
that's what they're looking for, is some kind of break.
Parker splits out to the left, and Gail Mahoney splits out to the right. Again, another handoff to Tony McGarry. Tony stunts in a little bit and picks up about 2 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Big 3rd down play. You don't want to kick the ball in this situation.
Well, with just about 7 minutes left to go in the game, if they don't pick it up here, would you assume that they would go ahead and go for it?
Well, I believe that knowing Coach Warwick, he would probably go ahead and kick the ball and look for a defensive break. He's been successful at this far in the season. I don't have any reason to
3rd down
doubt
3.
he would.
Once again, Tony McGarry goes through. He would have the 1st down, but we see penalty flags all over the place. So we'll see who the call goes against.
Well, from the direction of the flag, I'd say it'd be legal procedure on the offense.
Seems to be.
That's going to make it 3rd and 7 if it's against the offense.
And it absolutely is. Once again, May River hurt on a critical play. 3rd down, 7 yards to go after the illegal procedure penalty.
You know, Dave, the penalties in the game have not been a factor, however, until that one, which was a crucial 3rd down play. May River's been penalized 5 times for 35 yards, and
the only other penalty that really hurt them was on a 4th down or 3rd down situation when Calhoun had the ball, and as a result of a 5-yard penalty, looks like Mike Asnick caught back in the backfield, and May River's going to be forced to kick it away. As I was saying before, Calhoun had the ball 3rd and about 3. As a result of an encroachment penalty, they ended up with a 1st down, and so now May River is backed up.
got to have a good kick here, Dave. You don't want to make any mistakes, and you don't want to allow a run back, and you just hope your defensive coverage will get out and make the play for you.
Rob Honorado once again dropping back into punt formation. He's hit several good kicks. He had a bad one the last time around.
Not a good snap.
Low snap, but he hits it.
Hangs it up there for a long time.
Taken by number 26 rather, Marty Banks.
That's Banks. Banks has got good hands, and he did exactly what he should have done. He jumped on the ground. Didn't want to take a chance on any kind of fumble, so Calhoun has an opportunity to put it away right here with any type of drive. May River has to stop him with no first downs.
He took it down to the 3-yard line, and from that point, Calhoun went in for the only score of the game. Calhoun leads May River 6-0 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the game. The state AA championship game. May River going into this tonight at 11-0, hoping for an unblemished season.
Dave, I think the unblemished season was a good idea, but I think they'd much rather carry home the first place trophy. Calhoun ran a straight fullback dive to the left side, and I don't know if he'll get any more daring than that or not. They're running out of a power I.
Second down, 9 yards to go. And another handoff.
That was the last back through. Tackle made by McGarry.
Rusty Wanamaker on the carry there. Third down, about 8 yards to go.
McGarry and Nolde making the stop. Big third down play here. This is when the pressure is on a high school athlete, Dave. Third down situation late in the game.
Long yardage. It was unlikely that they would pass under the circumstances because of the chance for error. And here again is a pitch back to Marty Banks. And Marty stopped in his tracks. Little or no gain.
Dave, it looked like for a second that he might have dropped the ball, but Calhoun recovered it, and it looks like they're going to have to turn it over to the Patriots.
Oh, it's going to be a 4th down and 9 situation. Again, punting situation for Calhoun. And the return on once again.
Excellent defensive read that time by Tad Smith, who was out there to make that tackle. If you're May River, you're looking for a bad snap. If you're Calhoun, you're looking for a fumble.
Another good kick. Tony McGarry taking it on his own 30-yard
again. Face mask right there.
McGarry snaking his way up his own sideline, up to about the 45-yard line. Another excellent return.
Dave, I think you can see with that run what quick feet Tony McGarry has. He had to just really outfox one very persistent Calhoun defender.
Number 81, Chris Pigner in there on the defensive stop, getting up a little slowly, wobbly almost, going back to the huddle.
May River has time to drive the ball down the field, but it would take a couple of big gainers.
From their own 45, the Patriots take over with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go.
You almost have to believe you're going to see a pass somewhere in this possession.
Pitch back to Tony McGarry. Tony goes out around the right-hand side, but Tony pulled down in his own backfield for a 3-yard loss.
The defensive end on that play just made an outstanding defensive play. He just simply would not let him get outside.
Mark Roberts on the stop, 2nd down and 13 yards to go.
I'm sure that Coach Navin has told his defensive ends to run the ball all the way to the sidelines and do not allow him to turn up the field, and that's exactly what he did. If you drew it, you couldn't do it any better than that. Well, you got to have a big play now, Dave. Time is almost too short for any type of drive.
Just a little more than 2 minutes left in the game.
May River does not have a hurry-up offense.
We've got some penalty flags flying all over the place, whether it's encroachment or whether it's, well, it looks like it's going to be encroachment because they talked to Rob Honorado. It's going to be 5 yards against Calhoun Cavaliers. So that helps a little bit with the loss earlier on the play, and it moves it now to 2nd down and 8.
Well, Dave, if you're a May River fan, what you're hoping here is a touchdown pass or a breakaway run, and he's set up in the pass, and you can be sure the Calhoun backs will let him have anything inside of a touchdown.
Another pitch back to Tony McGarry. They're following him all over the field, but they stop him right about the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards to go again. Excellent pursuit on the part of the Calhoun Cavaliers.
Very good hit. That was Chastain, Barry Chastain, making the hit on McGarry.
Got a timeout call from May River. Rob Honorado coming over to talk to coaches Warwick and Adams. What are they going to have to do?
Well, I believe they're going to have to throw the ball, Dave. They tried to end around on 4 or 5 different 3rd down conversions. They've only made good on it once. And what they're hoping for is a man-to-man coverage on the pass. And of course, Calhoun will be coming with all their defensive linemen for the quarterback. So they're hoping to break somebody out loose on a man-to-man. Barker, number 3, and Asnett, 44, both excellent receivers. He's hit Asnett once tonight on a very good pass. We might see that pattern. They covered it extremely well the last time.
Does May River have any gadget plays in their offense?
They probably have one gadget left, and I don't think this might be the time to use it. Coach Warren believes in straight, hard-nosed football, and that's run it right at them, and that's what they've done tonight, and it just hasn't done the job.
Minute and 51 seconds left to go, and Calhoun leading May River 6-0. 3rd down, 7 yards to go for May River.
I think you're going to see a lot of linemen coming very hard in this situation. The intended receiver must have been knocked down, Dave. There was nobody there at all. It was a spot pass, and Honorado threw it rather than taking the loss of yardage. So we have a 4th and 7 situation, and this is for all the marbles, Dave. The Cinderella story could end right here.
Minute and 40 seconds left to go. May River takes another timeout. That means one left for them, and it would be very difficult for them to be able to stop a clock if Calhoun gets the ball back again.
In this situation, Dave, the Calhoun defense will be in what's called a prevent. They will have probably 5 men rushing the football, and the other 6 will be in a zone pass coverage. They'll cover every area of the field looking for a lofted pass. Any completion short of a touchdown simply won't do the job.
back to pass. Throws the ball, it's intercepted.
Excellent play on the part of Spigner, number 81, who stepped right in, made a good break on the ball, and
with a minute and a half left to go in the game at their own 35-yard line, Calhoun takes over, and that looks like it's about it for May River.
Well, you're going to see 4 quarterback sneaks here, Dave, and they'll try to run all the time they can. May River has 1 timeout left. I believe they could stop the ball.
Coach Warwick, of course, yelling instructions to his players. It's going to be a hard-breaking trip back to Hilton Head and Bluffton. Chastain over the ball, just falls on it. Minute 17 seconds left to go, and the clock continues to run.
May River could possibly stop the clock any time during the next 3 plays, but with the time that's left on the clock, it looks like they can run it off with 3 snaps. Well, Dave, the May River win streak goes back to 4 victories at the end of the last season, and it was 15 going into this game. Stranger things have happened, but doesn't look like it here.
Quarterback just falls on the ball. 35 seconds left to go in the game. May River with only 1 timeout left. Can't really do anything.
This is the most helpless feeling in the world, Dave, is to be on the field and see the clock running and know that there's no way you can get your hands on the football. Of course, you have to give credit to the Calhoun coaching staff and to the players. They were prepared for the game, and they stopped all the things that May River likes to do with the football.
No doubt Chastain will fall on the ball once again. And that's exactly what he does with 6 seconds, 5 left to go. And it looks, you can hear the crowd counting it off. But Calhoun wins. Final score, Calhoun Academy 6, May River Patriots nothing. And you can see Calhoun's fans running onto the field. The Patriots walking off dejectedly. It was a great game. It's been a great season for the Patriots. But somehow or other they end up in second place.
Well, Dave, I know it's a heartbreak. We defeated Calhoun once before, and I'm sure the players felt like in their hearts they could come back and win this ball game and make it a complete Cinderella season. But I don't see any player walking off the field with his head down, because that's 11 games in a row when they've beaten everybody that's come at them, with sometimes as few as 12 ball players.
Needless to say, it was an exceptional season. Coach Warwick said in an earlier interview that he would have been thrilled with a 6-4 season this year. He had no idea that they were going to come this far.
You know, Dave, we did sit down and analyze the season before the season began, and we marked off 5 possible victories and with an upset 6. But when you come 11 games, you think that anything short of the state championship is a disappointment. I just hope our kids, who have played so well this year under pressure, will realize that they have been beaten by a very good football team and that they have a lot to be proud of.
Would you say that there were any particular highlights that you noted?
Well, I think Calhoun did an excellent job of containing Tony McGarry. He had 21 carries for 42 yards, and Calhoun controlled the ball for most of the game, and that was the story with both of these teams. Both have built successful records this season on ball control, and one defensive play made the ball game, and I think we knew that, and I know Coach Warwick knew it going into the game, that one defensive play would make the difference in the game.
Well, that's it, the end of a Cinderella story. May River coming into the state championship game, ending up on the short end with Calhoun Academy winning it 6-0. From Walterboro, South Carolina, with Tony Blanton, this is Dave Lindsay. We wish it had turned out in favor of the Patriots, but wait till next year. Good night, everybody.